just can't watch all of these YouTube videos of everybody doing their shit right. This was not a video of me doing shit right. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, please bonk that subscribe button. It's just right down here. Just bonk. Hello, Diana here. Today we are going to be tanning a rabbit hide. I've only got one hide in here. A rabbit hide with egg and salt. Super simple. This weekend we butchered a rabbit. And I thought to film it, but it was our first time butchering a rabbit. And I'm so glad we didn't tape it because it was a cluster. Like, we had the wrong tools. We thought we killed the wrong rabbit. I mean, it was a cluster. But I did roll up the hide. So when you pull it off, it's like a sweater inside out, and you roll them up and put them in the freezer. Now, what a lot of people will do is a different way of treating it. And so they collect about a dozen pelts and then they go ahead and treat it. I wanted to try this method because it looks super simple and I only have one hide. So I don't want to wait until I've got 12 hides and I'm a little overwhelmed. And I don't think that this is going to turn out well, but okay, this is what it looks like. If I could get it to unroll. Hold on. I'm having to obviously hold my phone, unroll rabbit coat, and all this at once. Come on. Okay. There she is. All right, there is her coat. This is her butt. There was her head. There was her little sleeves. You literally just pull it like a sweater off. This was a black otter. So it takes a lot of pelts to make anything, but I'm super excited because I want a Rex throw blanket for my couch. So I'm gonna start. First thing I'm gonna do is cut her down the center. If you use a blade to cut from here to here to lay her out flat, you'll lose a lot less hair than if you were to cut with scissors, but you can easily do it with scissors as well. Okay, there she is. I just cut her down the center, cut out at the legs, and I am just gonna put a huge coat of salt. Now we're gonna rub this in really good and make sure that we get absolutely everything with salt. This would be a whole lot easier if I could do it with two hands, but then again, I couldn't share the experience with y'all. Alrighty, our pelt has been salted. The salt dries it out and stuff, but it also locks the hair to the hide. So if the pelt hair is what you're looking for, you want to make sure you salt it really good. So this stays in place for 2 days and I'll check back after that. Here we are 3 days into this, and this pelt is still flexible, and as you can see, the salt, it doesn't really feel wet, but it isn't hard and crusty, and it's supposed to be. The salt needs to suck all the moisture out of the pelt. So I am going to take this, shake it off in the sink, because you don't want to just rub in the old moist salt, and I'm going to resalt it the exact same way I did last time because I want the desired crispiness. So I'll keep salting it and letting it sit until this pelt gets hard instead of so pliable. Okay, I couldn't help myself. Before I double coat it with salt again, I did a little bit of what's called fleshing. As you can see here, this is like fat and meat that comes off of the pelt. Usually you flesh after it's completely dry, and then you'll rinse it. I'll go through that step, but I couldn't resist. I kind of screwed around with it while I'm getting ready to salt it again. But you can see the difference when you get this little membrane of skin and meat off this junk. So it's like right here, when it's salted again, I'll pull. It's really obvious once it's off. This is going to be the hide that is tanned. The rest of this will all peel off after I salt it again. Okay, so this pelt has been out here probably 2 or 3 more days because it was a weekend and I just got busy. But it has a ton of salt on it. It's the second time I salted it. And now I will be doing what's called fleshing. And yes, that's flesh, F-L-E-S-H. To flesh it, this salt will all be shaken off outside. Don't put it in your yard, it'll kill your grass. And if your pelt is really hard, at this point, you can always put it underwater, just plain water to soften it back up because it will make the fleshing a lot easier. Here's another little tidbit I learned. Of course, I learned it too late, but fleshing an older rabbit's pelt is a lot harder. So if you're only doing 1 or 2 for personal use, it's worth doing. If not, throw the old animals' pelts away and just do it with your younger, because my younger rabbits will be butchered at 3 to 4 months. To flesh this, you can see where there's pieces. I don't know if I'm not gonna be able to do this with one hand. You guys get the idea though. So see right here, I fleshed that a few minutes ago in the video. Well, days ago in real time, but this piece right here is smooth, leathery. This is literally flesh that's attached. Well, this one's pulling off really good right here. So all of this membrane is gonna come off. If you need to, you can use a spoon or something so that you don't tear it. So this flesh comes off, the meat, and literally all I'm gonna do is, it's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna pull all of this off, and when I have 2 hands, it'll be a heck of a lot easier. So I just want you guys to know, once the salt is off, you need to flesh it. So get all of this loose, any membrane or anything that you see on it, off. Like right here, I got this off a few minutes ago in this video, days ago real time, but see, that's already off. This portion will come off. And like I said, if your hide gets too hard to pull all the flesh and meat off, then just get it wet again. It's gonna be fine because you're gonna get the flesh off, you're gonna egg it, and then you're gonna wash it. So stay tuned because I'm gonna need to use 2 hands for this. If I need to, I can always use a spoon or something. You just don't want to tear the hide. But was an older doe. She was a 2-year-old doe. She was a lousy mother. It's why she turned into stew. But anything that won't pull off easily, I can use a spoon and kind of shove it up under there to pull it. But realistically, I just need 2 fingers at this, or 2 hands at this point. So I am going to go ahead and flesh this and check back in with you guys in a bit. I got off as much of the fleshing as I could, or did as much of the fleshing as I could with the salt on. And then when you take the salt off, it's actually easier to tell what the flesh is, because right here is going to be done leather, and then this dark stuff is the salted flesh, and it's kind of slimy, so it gives you a better idea of what to pull and not to pull. So the whole coat is wet right now, the whole fur, and I'll pull off any of this discolored slimy stuff. It's slimy over here. Get rid of all that stuff and finish fleshing it. Okay, here's something I just discovered I gotta show you guys. Look at this. You see that? Yeah, that's her nipple. That's where when you pull the hide off, you pull it off like a sweater. And I thought, what are these little holes? And I realized those are nipples. Just in case you've never seen a hide with a nipple. Okay, so I fleshed it for a little while, and my hands are getting tired, and it's not all the way fleshed yet. So I'm not too sure that the juice is worth the squeeze on this hide, because they say that the older hides are harder to get the flesh and membrane off of, and I'm finding that to be the truth. So I'm not finishing the fleshing right now because I'm gonna go make dinner instead. So I put a coat of salt on there, and I can leave it tomorrow. I'll try it again. If it doesn't come off easier tomorrow, then I might just throw this away. I am having a heck of a time because this was an older doe. Getting the flesh off of the hide is proven to be really difficult. If I wasn't doing a video on this, I would throw this pelt away at this point. But what I am going to do is the next step of the process, just to show you what it's like. And I do believe that after this process, when it's cleaned, I can still flesh it even more. But the next portion of it is called, this is obviously an egg and salt cure, so it has been salted. The salt also helps the hair stay on the pelt. A lot of times you'll get leather that's not hair on, and you might be able to skip the salting process. So all I have in here is egg yolk, and this is a damp pelt at this point. I rinsed the salt off. I'm gonna coat the whole thing with the egg yolk. Then I'm gonna dampen a towel and put a towel over it so that it doesn't dry out, and it will stay 2 days with this on it. Obviously, I have farm fresh eggs. Look at the richness of those yolks. If y'all don't get farm fresh eggs from someone around, get yourself some chickens, because the eggs taste totally different. So rich and amazing. Tons of goodness in there. And those of you that just eat egg whites, do your research. The nutritional value is in the yolk. They say you only need to use 1 yolk per pelt. So obviously this is also, interestingly enough, called the brain method, which really sounds kind of gross. But apparently back in the day, or maybe some people still do it, instead of egg yolk, they would use the animal's brain. So that's just disgusting. Here's her little titty holes. This older rabbit was probably not a good choice for doing the video with, but we live and we learn. You understand the theory. I got to admit, I think this has been an epic fail. I didn't get enough fat and flesh off of the pelt, so I put the egg on anyway, and here's what it looks like. There's still a little bit more flesh. I couldn't really get it off. I think it's because it was an older rabbit. So now I'm gonna go all the steps though, because I feel like I have swam this far. I can't turn back. My grandson's playing. He just discovered that I hid a trike in the garage. I'd forgotten it was in there. So he's playing back. But anyhow, what I'm going to do now with said egg-covered pelt, it's all gonna get stinky and stuff pretty quick. Here is just my dish soap, and I am gonna wash this entire pelt really well to get the stink and stuff out, and then I will start pulling and stretching. Like I said, I don't think that this is gonna turn out well, but I've been filming it all, so I'm gonna let you see an epic fail, and I think December is the next time that I have rabbits to butcher, and then I will do it properly, and then we can compare. Because y'all just can't watch all of these YouTube videos of everybody doing their shit right. This was not a video of me doing shit right, but I did all the steps right. No, I did all the steps. Maybe not right, but I did all the steps. So, now we're gonna wash it. Okay, actually, I'm gonna end this video right here and save myself the time, because the egg wash was supposed to make the hide a little bit firm. And then I was supposed to wash it and pull it as I'm washing. But the egg wash didn't make it firm because I didn't get enough flesh off of it. And I'm really having a hard time doing that because the rabbit was older. So let's be honest. I'm just gonna throw this away.
Why?
Oh, I was gonna scared the hell out of me. I was just talking on the recording. It's not cured properly because there's flesh still on it. Well, yeah, I've learned a lot. I've learned what not to do. But see, it's still goopy. It's just not getting cured right. So I'm just gonna toss it and plan on, because see, look, I can't get this to pull off. She was just too old. That flesh won't come off. That's garbage. I'm gonna throw it out. And we'll just start over next time. So like I said, my first attempt was an epic fail. With that, stay safe, stay healthy, stay surrounded by loved ones, and may you have better luck than I did. Until next time, thank you.